again. It's Alicia. I'm just going to jump right into this because what I have to say is going to take more than 5 minutes. I've got to get going. So I guess I'll start by addressing the first question regarding the course, the content, and the design. This course was significantly different than any other class I've taken at ASU, and it really honed in on the idea of connecting with your community. And this came to true in our first initial video, doing a face-to-face kind of meeting, more or less. So you get to see who I am, I get to see who you are. We get to have that initial connection, which I really, really appreciated. The readings outlined are also very much connected to social innovation, community, and I think that it was really well put together. Additionally, this class got us out into the community to apply all of our discussions and reading. Hands down, the best group project that I've ever worked on, and having to discuss stuff with our close friends really made the experience interesting and fun. So it got us outside of the computer and the virtual world and out into our community and talking with our friends. Really loved it. What was confirmed to me in this class was this idea that anybody can be an innovator, and that just with a little help from your friends, essentially you can make a difference within the community. There's a lot of rhetoric and education and knowledge that goes behind the idea of innovation, which we learn through our readings, but it's also a relatively simple concept for anybody to grasp. So as long as you have a passion, that education and experience is all a supplementary to that. And so that I think that's something that's really unique about this topic. I think what surprised me most about this class, though, was how much insight that we as students had on the topic. I know coming into it, I was like, I don't really know anything about innovation. I'm really going to come at this with an open book. But it was amazing how applicable it was to my everyday life, how many examples that I was able to bring, and how much insight that all of you as classmates had as well. So I was very, very pleasantly surprised on how fruitful our conversations were able to become. So thank you guys for that. On that note, though, I was truly inspired by all of you, hearing your stories and hearing some of the things that you as individuals struggle with. Some of you have had to overcome a lot of adversity to get to where you are today, and that's something that you should all truly, truly be proud of. And so thank you so much for inspiring me to, even in my own personal life, become vulnerable with others. In regards to all of our readings, I was truly inspired by Paulo Freire only because it was a new concept and I really was able to identify with it, especially with those quotes that my discussion partner and best friend essentially had brought up. And so I'm trying to think of ways that I can kind of bring his ideology into my daily life and my daily being. One thing that I will continue to take forward with me into my own work kind of goes back to our discussion and ideas on theories and social change. So thinking about this moving into emergency management is the direction that I am going currently, is also this idea that you can innovate the field of emergency management and that it is not a stagnant process. So you always need to be thinking about the next step and what's happening next. And just because it worked one way in one disaster does not mean that it is completely applicable to the next disaster. So having that innovation is something that I think is really, really important, especially in this field. One topic that I'd like to continue learning and moving forward in this class is this idea of cultural values and social innovation. So because I'm moving into emergency management, there's again a lot of opportunity for innovation in the field. And oftentimes I think that civic values, cultural values, and politics, they all kind of like butt heads together. So understanding and finding a way that you can get all of these concepts and ideas to work together is really critical. I'm looking at my clock. It is going really close to 5 minutes. So I'm just going to do like at the Oscars where they just like yell everything out really fast before they pull them off stage. So a quick little shout out to Colleen. I just want to say I've purchased your book. It's sitting over there. to my reading chair, and I am very much looking forward to reading Living Your Truth. And so I would like to thank you all very much. I appreciated every aspect that you guys put into this class, and hopefully we will cross paths. I've learned in life that this world is very, very small. So I know I'll run into one of you one day. All right, bye.